Alright, what's up guys? Welcome to episode 2 of our little devlog for our Hunger Games. Our goal today, I think, is to finish putting these buildings in. As you see, the placeholders, these little placeholders for some of the buildings we have in the back. I put a little well in, we'll get to that in a second, but we have little placeholders for building in the back. This is going to be a bonfire, and each of these is going to be little buildings. We'll figure out which ones we want where. A few things happened between now and last video. This water was filled in, a little lake was made, stretches down a little bit deep. Also, you might notice this massive hay field over here that I worked on a little bit off camera just for fun. I actually really like the look of the little fires. I started to use some of these barrier blocks. As you can see, there's a barrier block in there. I put it one down so you can technically kind of get stuck in the well, but you can just jump out. There's no falling down the well. But yeah, there's gonna be a little well and maybe a house right behind it. And before we go look at what changes I made to the tree, I'm just gonna talk about like my thoughts for this is, if you're gonna be starting here, and I don't know that you are, but let's say you do start like at this area. I want you to look around and like get a general view of the landscape. I don't want the first thing you see is a giant house, you know, in your way, blocking your view. I want you to be able to, you know, see that there's a little well and then a smaller house, and in the back there's a dorm. Like, I want you to be able to kind of see the landscape. But to get up the tree is this little spiral. Now, obviously this map is not going to be 100% perfectly balanced. We try our best, right? This is our first map after all. And yeah, so you're going to spiral up, you get up the tree, up, you know, up here. Here's the thing. Oh, let me do slash thing. Here's the thing. The spiral starts here, right? At the very bottom. But it starts on one side. So theoretically, if I want to loot the top of the tree where Asgard might be, which is going to have good loot. Also, we're thinking of having the best loot kind of be in the back of our area. So near Jorm, maybe in that back area is going to be the best loot. Up at the top of the tree in Asgard is going to be the best loot, you know. Back in the back of the snow area, you know. Back at like Hell's Castle, we're going to have a big underworld castle back there. That'll have the best loot. So theoretically, the best loot will be in the back, or the most loot. So let's say you want to get the best loot, you want to climb the tree. You're going to have a distinct advantage spawning right here in front of the stairs versus, let's say, all the way over here. Which is why I put a few of these ladders. I put 3 of them in. And I think they look good. They might be just a tad, you know, you might be like looking at them and there's 1, 2... Oh, I don't know why I stopped playing. 1, 2, 3, and you might be like, whoa, they're only on one side of the tree. But I think for gameplay value, this is the best place for them. So theoretically, if you spawn here, you still might go over there, right? There's a stairs right there. But you can also, every area, except for this one route, but a lot of these routes, you can climb the tree. This one specifically, of course, you can climb it. I'm not going to climb everyone, but just imagine you parkouring up here, you know, you make a little jump around the side, and boom, you can climb up on the stairs. Over here, you can climb up on this route right here, jump around, parkour a little bit. This is a little harder in this area. Boom, get up, you know. This area, pretty easy. Go up this, either this route or this route. Boom, you're on the stairs. You don't have to like run all the way around the side. Yeah, it's as simple as, you know, you spawn, you kind of just make a few jumps up here. Hello. And boom, you're on the stairs. And these are done, of course, with the barrier blocks, because you can't just put floating stairs, unfortunately. So yeah, barrier blocks make these little hanging stairs. They look really nice. And yeah, you can get up from basically any side. So yeah, I mean, we're trying to balance the map, make it fun to play, make it not only visually just amazing looking, like this just looks so good. And every area should be as cool. This one's basically the most boring area. It's just regular Viking Norse build. So every area should be just equally as crazy awesome looking. But that doesn't mean that it can't play really well at the same time. So yeah, I've talked long enough. Let's try to get these buildings down. That is the goal, to get the buildings down and do most of the finish up touch buildings. Yeah. So, joke's on me. We didn't actually end up touching up the buildings right away. The first thing we actually did was to build Hell's Castle. And what you can see is the schematic we got online wasn't really what we had in mind for the color palette. So yeah, we changed it from that red to that purple and blue, and it looks amazing now. And we changed the orbs on top and everything. More of that to come, of course, as we work on the actual world of Helheim. So let's get back to Midgard. So the first thing we did was we placed the fireplace, and what you guys might not understand is that even if we have a schematic of something or something pre-built, it still takes a lot of time to place stuff and to do little edits to the area around it, terraforming. And after that, of course, we started placing some of the houses. You can see getting placed down here, terraforming around all of them, of course, so it looks kind of natural the way they were built in. And after the house is placed, I think you guys can see something interesting here. Testing a little bit of water coming down from Jorm's mouth. We might see some of that later. And now for probably my favorite part of this whole part, and that's like building the paths. I love building the rivers and the paths. And we place out, the way we do a lot of stuff is we'll just place out little blocks, as you can see here. And then afterwards, then we start placing in the actual item. I love using these like purple blocks, and then we replace them with a bunch of the blocks to make them look good. And you can see we do a little palette swap, so it gets all those like stones in there. And it automatically generates those, so then if we don't like some of them, a lot of grass blocks touching or whatever, two similar blocks in an area, we can switch it up. But yeah, let's go back into seeing what this looks like all finished. Alright guys, so here's the last part of our episode 2. And before we get to the shaders, let me just run through some of the stuff you probably haven't seen yet and describe some of the choices that we made in a little more detail. And I'm trying not to take too long. As you can see, some of these other areas we've worked on a bit. I'll probably talk about this stuff in episode 3, but it's Midgard. We have finished Midgard. Here it is. It's one slice of the like 9 slice pie, but it's done. And so yeah, if you spawn, you know, maybe here to turn around and go into Midgard. We tried to do a lot of different things. You can see the grass. A lot of the decisions we made were definitely deliberate. So we can see over here, you can actually grab this item frame thing. You'll be able to pick up stuff out of item frames, and they'll be reset every game, which is really awesome. You can see as part as like the grass, you saw we did the path. It looks so nice. But as far as the grass goes, the areas with more houses and paths are less grassy than, you know, look over there. There's a little more grass over there with the areas without the paths and the houses. And up on the hill, you can see there's some more grass as well. But yeah, I mean, look at this area. It looks so nice. We'll put down little bushes. Have our fireplace. Our little log to sit on. And of course I put these lampposts as well. I don't think you guys have seen that. You know, the trees look so nice. Here's a little mini bridge over to this side. And I'll do a flyover at the end, but yeah, you can come back. There are these 2 houses. They're not filled up at all. We'll put some chests and some furniture in here, and we figure out what we want to do. There's a second house is the same. Here there's a little pot. Put some water in that. And of course we have, you can go up the path this way, over the little river, over a tiny little bridge. Some logs there. We have our little house. Of course this isn't filled up either, a little windmill. This looks so good. I don't know why I put the fireplaces in there, but they look amazing, because I saw somebody do it over there in like that building contest that we took some references and some schematics from. But yeah, super cool. And if we go up here, you know, we put some sea pickles. You can see some sea pickles, some seaweed in the water. Yeah, if you go up here, there's our boat. Here's our little shack. We'll put a chest probably in there too. And then we can run back this way, kind of not follow the path. There's a little bush. But you can see there's a little more grassy up here. It's a little less kept. Interiors we haven't finalized. We just did a lot of the exteriors. Interiors we'll finalize, make sure they're all clean. Nothing back here, but Spoiler alert, a little Easter egg. There might be something back there at some point. But that's way later. That'll be finishing touches on like the whole map. And then we have our little building here. Yeah, still 2-decker building. Again, nothing in here yet, interior-wise, really. That'll all be figured out later. And then, oh, here's another one of the little fire pit things. The last thing I want to point out before we fly up is, I don't know if you've noticed the water dripping down here from Jorm. You can actually, I'm not going to ride up, I'll fly up, but you can ride it up into Jorm's mouth. And in the back, we'll probably have, we have some 2 chests here that might be changed. We're also thinking every area maybe is going to have like a really powerful item, whether it be a piece of armor, a sword, maybe it might be a potion, a certain potion, a bow, could be something. Every item might have a powerful item that has to do with the area. So this one might have, I'm thinking maybe a sword called like Jormungand's Tooth or something with some enchantments. And of course those would be in item frames in the back of like the area. So like at the top of the tree, there might be a certain item. I don't know if the tree's like the Tree of Life. Maybe put some healing item in there, a healing potion that like strong healing potion. Maybe put not a god apple, but like a golden apple. I don't know. We'll think of stuff to put in these places. Try not to make them too OP, of course. But again, if you want to make the trek to the top of the tree or to the back of a certain area, or climb up the Jorm, not only will you get a chest or two, a good item, but you also get a little bit of a perch. You know. Can see a lot of this. So obviously these areas are flat, but like they'll have certain geometry. And look at this area from up here. It just looks so good. Yeah, look, it looks amazing. I'm really happy with how this turned out. The river, look at the wheat fields. Something about the fire and little hay bales in there just add character to it. There's Jorm in the back, of course. A few things that we have thought about, you know, this place is going to be floating, as I mentioned last time, so we'll probably open up this whole back, let it flow off, like, into the abyss. That'd be really cool, almost like an ocean. Also, I really want to have the map at night. I don't think on release, like, when we finish the map, it won't be a nighttime map, just because look at how dark some of these areas are. I know my brightness is kind of low, because I just had shaders on. I can turn it up. My brightness is kind of low, but still, it's just really dark. And we want to have what's called motivated lighting. So a lot of our stuff is lit by, like, you know, either lamps, you know, fireplaces. You can notice some of the darker areas we wanted to light better. We put some fireplaces there. But as far as like under Jorm, like there's nothing we can really put here. Like a lamp here would make no sense. A fireplace would make a lot of sense. And that's just how it is. We want to have everything be lit evenly. So what we're thinking at night, and this is maybe a little bit of a spoiler, we may do this, we might not, having 2 different maps, a daytime map and a nighttime map. And this map would be the daytime map would be the world map of Yggdrasil, of everything that you see, you know, during the day. And then the nighttime map, we would have the tree burning. Of course, fire spread off and stuff, but the tree would be burning, at least a lot of the leaves. We would have then clumps of leaves from the tree, almost like leaves had fallen off, onto the ground. So we could put a clump of leaves here and light it on fire. Giving A, it's Ragnarok. The world is burning, the worlds are ending, you know? And B, now we have a reason to put some lighting here that we didn't have before. And then we can put some even places that don't need as much lighting. Like here we can just have burning leaves. So it's kind of like Ragnarok, end of the world. And then we could therefore have it at night and have it lit well. And have it make sense, where it's not just like, you know, they're dark spaces and we just put a torch there for no reason or something. So motivated lighting's really big for us. We're trying to look at a lot of that kind of stuff. Speaking of motivated lighting builds, you guys saw us do a little bit of this. Oh, by the way, here's like all of our inspirations. You can see our lamps here. We also, this might be the lamp of the Helheim world, which we're going to now. I think it looks really good. But yeah, our thought for this world, of course, it's going to be in the void. And it's just a massive, this is going to be Hell's Palace, kind of the queen of the underworld's castle. And yeah, like look at this. I'm not sure what we're gonna do down here yet. I love the prismarine lanterns. Are those prismarine sea lanterns? Sea lanterns. I love those. I love what we got going on here for now. The throne I think actually looks pretty good. I think us putting this crimson stem. We were gonna thinking of putting this on the outside, like these, all these like things being crimson stem. It just didn't work. We tried it. But I think the throne being the crimson is really awesome. I think this white back to the throne would be cool. And maybe here you could get like an invisibility potion or something. I'm not sure what we're going to do with the interiors, of course, the heads and stuff. But yeah, this is what we're looking at now. So yeah, Midgard is 90. It's finished for now. It is done. All we have to do is some interiors, place some chests, but that's what we'll do again all at the end. But yeah, it is done. And now, as you've seen, we've been working on some other worlds. And I really hope you guys like this video. I'm not going to waste too much of your time because I know you're going to want to see this world in shaders. It looks amazing. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. Do you like the longer-ish videos? Do you like the time-lapse with the narration? Or do you like me just flying through talking about it? Or do you just like how they are right now? Let me know your feedback. I'm recording this before the first video goes live, but then I'll take the feedback into account for later episodes. So yeah, let me know what you guys think. I hope you guys are enjoying this. We're having so much fun making this. I cannot wait to play on this map with you guys. It's going to be so exciting. Even like we were on this, touching up the grass and the leaves for 2 hours tonight. So I hope you guys really enjoy. Please leave a like and yeah, enjoy these shaders. Sneak peek for what we're probably working on next. I'll show you a few things real quick. Look at this. I don't know if you notice little particles coming off of that. If you want to see some more particles, maybe over here. Some particles here as well. And then sneak peek of something even else we just worked on. What could this possibly be? This looks a lot different than Midgard, doesn't it? So yeah, little sneak peek. We're working on a lot of stuff.